This is the Kinefinity Vista, your first personal cinema camera. I talked to Cathy about it, but you can find out much more information in our written article. Let's check it out.
You're watching CineD, supported by B&H and CVP.
Hi guys, I'm Johnny from CineD and I'm here with Cathy from Kinefinity. Cathy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And I have to say that we are going to talk about something that actually quite excited myself and the CineD team. I think we haven't seen something like this for quite a while. What are we watching?
So this is our latest cinema camera, box style cinema camera, and this camera is targeting personal cinema camera, and this is the world first premiere in NAB, and it's targeting to release in this June.
So let's give it a name and call it Vista. Is it a good name? That's a Vista?
Actually, we do have think about it for a long time, but finally we decided to use this name Vista because it's in a very small body with a full frame, so it's a Vista Vision. It's not Vista Vision; it's just a bigger view.
Now, this camera has been in the making for at least 2, 3 years. That's how long it takes to develop a camera.
You can say that. Yep. Actually, we do. The last time we released a new camera is in 2023. At least the Marvel Mark II OF and Marvel Mark II Super 35. And we start to learn that this market may need a different style of camera, and not just the big box cell, but a smaller one with the monitor and something interesting and something they want. And of course, the price. We cannot be like higher than 10K. It's hard for the marketing to accept a camera like this, especially for a brand like us. So that's why we're starting to develop the camera.
How much of the Mavo I can find in the Vista in terms of specifications?
Wow, that's a good question because there are something there's still to be determined. This camera do not have internal ND, so you cannot say it's the same as the Marvel cameras. But I think the camera can cover most of the features the cinema camera have, and to bring some interesting stuff, new stuff like the monitor and the SSD and some other things.
So this is a bit of a different situation because obviously you don't want to commit yourself and talk about specifications just yet, and you want to wait a little bit and also about the price. But you guys might find much more information in our article because we managed somehow to get some more information. But for the sake of argument, can you disclose the sensor size and the resolution?
It's full frame, open gate 3x2.
Can we talk a little bit about frame rates or too early?
It's to be determined because the firmware is still developing, and we also want to hear some feedback from the audience in NAB this year. So, so before the launching, we still have 1.5 months to developing the firmware. So, you can see while we are launching it.
Okay. But there are some more things that I want to dive into. And first of all is to talk about overheating. Because obviously the camera is so small. And presumably, I mean, you said full frame and you said, did you say 6K or I was just imagining? I was imagining, no? Okay, okay. So high resolution and full frame. And obviously when you are recording into a single CF Express type B card, you might encounter some overheating. How do you combat overheating?
So first of all, we have the built-in fan, and there's the in and here's the out. So you can see the fan here. So and you can customize the fan if you are shooting in the a very high temperature. You can just customize it to like 100% for the fan speed. So I don't think there would be a very this kind of thing won't happen normally, and for the consumption of the camera is only 7 watts. So I think it's but we need to test.
Now, this is a very small body. How do you power the camera?
So there are two ways to power the camera. First one is use the MPF battery, and with that battery, the camera can last for 3 hours because I mentioned the consumption is very low. Another way is to using a DC in with a 2-pin limo, so you can use it with a tripod or in different kind of riggings.
Okay, now, obviously, you also thought about a very large LCD screen.
No, it's OLED, not LCD.
OLED screen, great. 4-inch screen?
4-inch screen and ratio is 6:8. Sorry, 6:5. So actually, you can see it's a open gate monitor because there's no bar on the vertical, the top and bottom. So you can see the whole open gate image, and well, it's pretty good. You can check the B-roll.
Very nice. Okay, let's go through and talk about the front of the camera. Obviously, what type of bayonet or lens mount you're using?
So if you're familiar with Kinefinity, we have our own Kine mount, which is using our own adapters, PL adapters, EF adapters with END. So this is the Kine mount logic, but you can simply unscrew these 4 screws to change it to PL mount and E mount. They're all active mount.
So when the camera is being delivered, people will be able to choose between the different mounts, or you just buy one body and then you can choose a different mount, like to purchase a different mount from the vendor.
For the shipping options, we haven't decided yet, but I think it will come with a mount when it's shipping. But you can choose the mount before or when you order the camera. Yeah.
How about autofocus? Because you mentioned E-mount, people might expect having some autofocus capabilities.
Well, for this camera, we do not realize the autofocus features. It's more focusing on cinema camera. For the active E mount, it can control the iris and focal length in the camera, but no autofocus.
You also managed to put 2 full-size HDMIs here and 1 USB-C. 2 USB-C. We will talk about the functionality in a second. And on the other side, there is even, actually not the other side, there's also just below, you have a 3.5 socket for monitoring and for headphones. So let's go and ask first about the HDMI. What are those for?
So the HDMI, there's are 2 full-size 4K HDMI. You can use it for monitor and some wireless transmit.
And the USB-C.
There are 2 USB-C on the 2 sides, and one USB-C you can use a UAC for some mic with USB-C, and another one you can transport the footage because we have internal SSD.
That's a very important feature that we kind of skipped, and this is the internal SSD. What is the capacity of the SSD?
It's 240 gigabytes.
Wow, really nice. Now, with the USB-C, so I can actually record also externally to another SSD or just to copy?
You can record, but from our side, we do not recommend it because it will be not stable. But of course, you can do it.
So you also have a very nice EVF, electronic viewfinder with HDMI. Now, when I work with your EVF, my issue that I always need an external battery in order to power the EVF. Do I still need this, or I actually use the camera to power the EVF?
That's a very good question. You can use a USB-C to power the HDMI viewfinder. Because when we are making the viewfinder, we found out that there's a lot of cameras on the market do not have USB-C output for the power. So that's why we make it USB-C power.
Just look how beautiful the whole thing. That's what got us excited. So small, and this is the handle that I'm talking about. So, what is the handle for? I mean, of course, you have the obvious reason for it, which is just being able to carry the camera around. But it has so much more functionality. Like what?
Well, you can see the battery on the back, which means that you can use the hub handle to power your camera and some accessories. So let's turn it around. There's 2 PD output. So one you can power the camera by a Type-C to Limo, and another one you can power the viewfinder. or if some other accessories can power by the USB-C output.
Great. Maybe by the way, there's a very nice side handle here. Side, it's a bit heavy on one hand, but this is part of the accessories that will be shipped with the camera?
I think so.
The handle itself also will be shipped with the camera?
I think we'll be in some bundles. If you like the camera, if you like the top handle, you can buy the bundle. If you don't like, because they have their another top hand grip, or they are in the productions, they don't need these one to power the camera, so they don't want it. They don't need to choose that.
Anything before I ask about pricing and availability? Is there anything that you would like to add about the product?
Audio and built-in speaker, and with 3.5 audio and speaker. And with that, you can also use the time code for the jam. Yeah. I think that's something interesting. And there's a lot of mounting options. You can see the quarter and 20, 12 holes, and also the code shoe on the top. So with that one, you can even mount our viewfinder on the top. So it's with lower, lighter, and more just easy to travel and to bring it anywhere.
I know that some folks will ask about stabilization. Is there any way to stabilize the sensor here or not really?
Not really, but we have zero data. Yeah.
Good. How about pricing and availability? What can you share with us?
What can I share with you? So the pricing is to be determined, and you can know it in June, but
Non-official, but I can say that the price for this camera, I think it's really, or what the company is aiming to sell it for is really amazing. Cathy, one personal question. You know, Kinefinity has been doing cameras for many years, and some of those cameras are really, really nice. The thing is that not so many people were able to try your cameras. I don't know if it's marketing, I don't know if it's a matter of distribution. I and my team, we think that you have a winner here. How are you going to make it better? How are you going to make people not only want, but really be able to get the camera this time?
so this time we want to do something different. Normally, when we previously launching the new camera, there's no offline event, but CineD will be at June this year, right? So we also plan to have some offline event after the releasing, but so you can stay tuned to our maybe Instagram, so you can know the offline event, and maybe just go there and try the camera, and you will like it.
Great. Good. Before I say thank you and goodbye, did I forget anything? Anything that you want to add?
Just to keep posting our Kinefinity stuff, because CineD, I love CineD and always watching it for some other marketing stuff. So I hope you guys also following CineD for some Kinefinity stuff later.
Thank you. Unexpected support, but thank you. Much appreciated. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.